guys! So I thought I would try something new. It's something that's been on my mind for a while, and I want to start video journaling, kind of like a diary in a way, but just in speaking format. It would be just kind of like my raw feelings, everything that's been in my head that I'm kind of thinking about going through, less edited, and just like a way for me to spew all my thoughts out. So if you guys don't like this kind of content, please let me know. It's something that I'll probably still do just for myself and keep privated. But if you guys like hearing all the junk that goes on inside my head, then let me know as well, because I'm more than happy to keep sharing. Also, if I sound silly, it's because I have my retainer in my mouth. But yes, I figured we would just have nice cozy settings anytime I do this, and it'll just be kind of wherever in the house. But yeah. Let's dive straight into it. First things first, I feel as though I have not been prioritizing my shop. It kind of makes me sad. I haven't really gotten many orders, if any, and I know that's very normal. It's not often that a shop will take off in its first year of business, but I guess I just had higher hopes for myself and higher expectations. And the reality is, I'm not doing anything to help my shop, so, sorry, I'm going to take out my retainer. Give me 1 second. Okay, that's better. It was bothering me not being able to say shop properly. But, yeah. I know that obviously it's hard to get sales. At the same time, I realize that part of the reason why I'm also not getting sales is because I'm not doing anything for my shop. I haven't created a new collection in over a month. Almost 2 months now. I have not really been advertising it. I've kind of been advertising myself as like an influencer, but I'm not even influencing anyone. So like, it's more like I'm more a content creator. That's how I view it in my head. And it's been fun making reels and everything. It's been fun making vlogs. But at the same time, people originally first started following my journey because I was opening a shop, and then I just kind of, 180'd out of nowhere. And I think it's because I myself am so chaotic that I just can't follow a straight path. Like, I'm so bad about that. But it made me kind of sad when I noticed that my shop is not doing anything. It kind of sits stagnant. I make just enough sales at least to cover the Shopify fee or monthly cost, but even that is getting expensive. I think in January I had like technically 2 sales. One came like in the very end of December during my break period, and so I fulfilled in January. But technically in January itself, I only got 2 orders. In February, I think I got 3 orders. And then March, I think I have 2 orders. So that's honestly not terrible for a first-time shop launch. But I don't know. I see people out there and they just have order after order after order. And I'm sitting here like, are my products not good enough? I sold no pouches. I sold 1 pouch. I'm lying. I sold 1 pouch, which I was really proud of. But I thought people would really like the pouches, and then I thought about it, and I was like, Alysha, you didn't even advertise the pouches. I think I put out maybe a total of 3 to 5 posts at most about the pouches before I moved on and felt like a failure. So I didn't help myself, and I think a lot of this is me reflecting, because I can't really force you to spend your money on me and my products. But what I can do is find a way that I can control the situation. And that's kind of how I view a lot of things in life. I was in a sense of, what can I do? I may not be able to influence you necessarily. Maybe that's a lie. I guess the purpose is that I'm trying to influence you to buy my products. But at the same time, do I have a niche? Like, what makes my products desirable? Other than the fact that I made them. And that's kind of always been in my head as well. I made them. But at the same time, who am I? You know? To an extent, I'm still no one. And that's okay. And that's kind of just the reality of it. But what about my pieces are unique enough, are pretty enough, are detailed enough to make someone be like, you know what, I really want to buy that. I noticed during my Christmas drop that most people bought the Christmas lights Pengu, and that was actually one of the most detailed pieces that I had created at that time. The Christmas drop and the launch drop kind of went together, and so the sock bunny, which I don't know why I call it a sock bunny. It's like a ragdoll bunny, like a plushie bunny, so I'm probably going to rename it as like plushie bunny. But that piece also was my second bestseller, and so those together are my more intricate pieces, and it's making me realize, you know what? I think my pieces are too simple. In my head, I wanted to create pieces that were simple, so they're fast to produce, and therefore also cheaper for everyone. But at the same time, if they're so simple, anyone could really make them. Like, they look too simple. But then I created my winter collection, and I had my plushie bunny in a parka, and I thought that would do so well. It had little earmuffs and everything, and no one bought any of those. I was so glad that I didn't pre-make an inventory of those, because I felt like such a failure making those and not selling a single one. So that made me a little sad, I'm gonna be honest. Same thing with the Cocoa Squirrel. It had a cute little pink sweater, and that wasn't anything super fancy, but I only sold one of those as well. And I don't know, I think I'm just really hard on myself. I also just expect way too much from myself, and I need to chill. So I do a lot of reflecting, and it made me realize that I haven't been pushing much business content. I've mainly only been pushing content in general, just very random, all over the place content. 1 second I'm baking, 1 second I'm redecorating my room, 1 second I am working on clay stuff, but it doesn't really specify that it's for my business or that I have a business. So yeah. So my goal is, I have now made a list of things that I want to make for my spring collection. I don't have a date yet of when I want to launch that, but I'm hoping it's sometime in April, maybe around Easter time. It's going to be super florally. So that's the thought process of it all, something with lots of florals. I just bought this new porcelain clay, and so I'm going to try that out, because that apparently is better for making realistic flowers, which is what I want to focus more on. Polymer clay is good, but it's just, my hands, I guess, are very oily. I don't know. And so everything sticks so much to my hands. So not that great. I don't know if Sculpey would do it less. No, actually Sculpey still stuck a lot to my hands too, so I don't know. It's just a me thing. There's so much to think about and so much to do, and I feel like I've just been lazy, but at the same time, I can't say I've been lazy, because I also have a full-time job. I'm also trying to vlog weekly, and I'm trying to run a shop. So realistically, I need to give myself more grace and be kinder to myself. But that's so difficult, because then I see other people who have a full-time job, who run a shop, who also vlog. Give Monica, for example, for the longest time, she had a shop, vlogged, and worked as a software engineer, I believe, and she was killing it. She was doing it, and so it makes me think, well, then I can do it too. But realistically, I need to stop pitting myself against other people, and I am competitive in nature, so it's helpful, but I'm being too hard on myself. I need to be more realistic, like, with me. And this week I feel very productive, so I think I could bang out a bunch of stuff. Last week I was filled with anxiety. I was so anxious. I think I was anxious because I was PMSing, but that caused my anxiety to just skyrocket. Everything at work felt super scary and daunting. Anytime, it's weird. I had one person, a coworker, ignoring me the whole week, which they normally don't, so it was really strange to me, and it started messing with my head. When in reality, everyone else is still saying, like, good morning, Alysha, and, like, they're happy to see me, but this one person who normally does talk to me, hasn't. And this week, they're still not talking to me, but it hasn't been an issue for me. Like, I don't think twice about it. I'm just like, whatever. It's more quiet now. Like, like there's no issues at all. And so it makes me, like, last week was just terrible. And then everything about the shop felt terrible. Vlogging, like, I spent the weekend editing because the whole week I couldn't, guys. I've been struggling a lot with my anxiety. And I think this week, I feel like I'm in a good place. I haven't done anything different, so I definitely think I was just PMSing. But at the same time, I don't know. Like, I always feel anxious. There's always that little bit. But yeah. So, this is a long talk. It's been 9 minutes of me just yapping. But yeah, I think this was very helpful to kind of get all out and talk it out, see where at this point in my life, in my shop journey, I'm at mentally, and we'll see. Maybe in a month or so, maybe in a year or so, it'll be a completely different view. Or maybe it's still the same issues and I'm yapping, but about hopefully different issues. But overall, life is still good. I'm still pretty happy. Wow, my voice just cracked. I'm still pretty happy. I am mainly just chilling. Life is pretty stagnant for the most part. My boyfriend is coming out to visit next week, which is really exciting. So he'll be here for a week, so I probably won't really do much content in that time. But maybe I'll try to plan some content. Look at me. But yeah, I'm just trying to take it easy, give myself some grace, but also stay productive. There are some new things that I want to come out with. I want to do some hair clips, and so that means I not only have to design the hair clips, I have to test the hair clips, but I also have to, if I like them, create backing cards for them and everything. Like, there's so much to consider that I have not fully been considering yet, and so I'm really excited for that. So I also want to rebrand my product, not my product, I want to rebrand my brand. And so I'm not happy with how it looks, the colors of it. It just doesn't feel like it represents me and what I am and what I like. So I'm going to revamp it all. It's going to be more white, pink, greens, which I feel like even just looking around my room, that's what my room is. And so, yeah, that's what I'm kind of hoping for. But anyways, I am going to end this here. Thank you to anyone who watched this far and has been yapping. Oh, you have not been yapping. I have been. Thanks for listening to me yap and go on and on. I appreciate you all. And thanks for being here with me. I hope that we can continue the shop journey together, and that if you guys ever have anything that I can help you with, please let me know as well. I am more than happy to help everyone. I think the whole point of building a community is so we can lean on each other. So even ask yourselves, each other in the comments too and whatnot. But yes. Okay, that's everything. Bye, guys.